Hi, Maggie. Ashley here. I hope your week is going well. I'm happy it's Thursday. I'm ready for Friday. Um, so, in regards to the video, it's so interesting coming from hearing it all from a high school perspective, being that I'm at the elementary perspective. And I think I mentioned in my video that my school district has career and college readiness counseling for or college and career readiness counseling for middle school and high school. They have a curriculum for it, but at the elementary level, there's nothing. There's no curriculum that's concrete. I didn't see any resources or links for it at all, so I was really surprised by that. I'm sure campuses do and counselors do implement some sort of activities or some sort of curriculum or lesson plans with the students, but I think it would be a lot more powerful if it was specific and based on the whole district and not just individualized schools. I'm sure there would probably be a big difference in what that could look like for their futures. But I think it's really awesome that your campus has its own counseling team. Like I don't even the campuses I've worked on have only one counselor for like 500 plus elementary students. And I'm just amazed by you and somebody else. They said they work with a team of counselors. And I think that's really awesome to have that, that support from other people. And that way you can kind of collaboratively work together because I think it's always a lot better. Many minds are always better than one. We all have different perceptions and bring different lenses to the table. So I think that's really powerful and important in working in, especially in this capacity for kids going into a career or to post-secondary school. Um, and that you have that, at your campus, a specific career or college counseling team, and then you work on those transition plans. I have a few friends who also are they're transition teachers, and I think that especially for the special education populations, that's such a high need. Though, right, those kids need, I mean, even me I'm through transitions. I think a lot of people struggle with transitions. So having that support there is probably really awesome and valued, I imagine, by the students, the parents, and everyone, within the community. You were talking about how at 14, they start talking about their careers and evaluating their strengths and challenges. And I thought to myself, we could do that at the elementary school levels. I mean, not so much like career, like college. What do you want to do there? But evaluating, that was one of the ideas or one of the things that I was talking about in my video with elementary schools is that, it's a lot about social skill, learning about, being a social human and how to function in society in that way. And I think, learning our strengths and our challenges in areas that we kind of do really well in would be really supportive and to helping build or plan for the future, especially at the fifth and sixth grade level, helping to plan, or fourth and fifth grade levels, planning for the future. So that way, when they go into middle school, say, they have their choices of electives and they can base it off of what they're good at or what they like to do. That, because like you had brought up, that a lot of kids don't know what they want to do, right? And I was that person too. You said you jumped around from different areas of study. I did the same thing. I think my first 2 years of school, I went from business to criminal justice, back to business. Then I was like, screw this, I'm going to do cosmetology school. And then I was in education or got into education. And I think my high school had, I don't remember what they called it specifically, but they were like different academies. When you were in your freshman and sophomore year, you kind of chose whatever electives you wanted. And then junior and senior year, you got to become a part of an academy where one of your core, not even your elective classes, but one of your core classes was geared towards this academy. And they were like, there was a data one, there was medical, there was a workshop. I think there was something with the arts. And then there was the International Baccalaureate program. And I thought unfortunately, my parents wanted me to do IB. And so I was my junior and no, freshman and sophomore year, I was planning for that and kind of taking courses in that sense, like pre-IB classes. But I hated it. I didn't like that rigor. And so I intentionally not flunked, but kind of didn't do as well. So I wouldn't be qualified to go into the actual IB program. And so I missed out on a lot. And being that I did that, I missed out on getting into one of those academies. And so I didn't have that kind of training or that experience at the high school level to kind of guide my direction and see, okay, this is something I'm interested, or this is not something I'm interested in. So I really like that you mentioned, or I think that those kinds of things are really beneficial in preparing kids for career or the career force or college. And when you were talking about, not knowing what they want, I didn't know what I wanted at that point, but nobody ever sought me out to assist me in that process. Yeah, I applied to some college and I don't even know I had no idea what I wanted to do. And it was really frustrating because there were a lot of kids in my grade level that knew exactly what they were going to do. And um, yeah, I think I'm really impressed with your campus and your district really pushing that. I can't say what that looks like in my district because I don't ever work on middle school or high school campuses to know. Um, but I'm really impressed that that's the case. And sorry, I'm reading over some of my notes at the same time. You were saying something about how some of the teachers aren't really invested until they're seniors, and that's a bummer. And that's really hard to get admin and teachers invested in stuff like this because you're right, they're just concerned about the data and the test scores a lot of the times. Not to say that that's not important, it totally is, but there's more to it than that. And I think I loved your idea about how I think you said you went to your administration temps at one point and you brought them the data, and that's what's important, right? That's what they know and that's what they like. And so that was a really great idea to get, I think it was to get that program, the U Science program, and your ideas of, right? Yeah, your idea of having them do that, I think probably would have helped me, right? And it would have helped me. And then I think about, okay, I wasted so much money on like studying taking business classes, taking criminal justice classes. I've wasted so much money. And we look at how many people are going into debt right now because college debt. And so having that baseline of this is the area I want to go in, I think isn't just important for like, yeah, you're going to post-secondary school. It's like you're probably also going to save yourself money too in the process if you kind of have an idea or something of what you want to do now. But yeah, investing with admin is really hard and it's really challenging. It was really challenging to watch one of those vignettes where the administrator was really agitated and a little bit anxious, I think, about the counselor adopting or implementing this program, because their focus isn't always there, But yeah, I really loved your video, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.